Wow. Hey, this is Ken for the Information Nation. Today I'm bringing you more stuff. That's right, I'm bringing you more stuff. Today we're going to take a good look at the iStick 100 watt. Yeah, I bet you didn't even know they made a 100 watt. Well, they do. It has some good features. It has some bad features. And we'll get into that in a little bit. I won't say they're bad features. I would say that they are minor irritations, but they're enough to be noted. So why don't we take an up-close and personal look at the iStick 100 watt. Okay, here we go. We have the iStick 100 watt by eLeaf. Comes in a nice package. It's normally shrink wrapped. So, right now I took the shrink wrap off of it so we can show it to you. Comes out of the box real nice. There it is. Comes in two colors. Comes in silver and black. I got the black one. And nice device. Very nice device. Now let's go into the box first. We have this. All the stuff you get, you pull that out. What do you get? You get a USB cable. You get a Ego adapter, and you get a very small user's manual because there's not a whole lot to this device. But I will tell you this. If you have any of the other iSticks, like the 20, 30, or 50 watt, not so much the temp control. This does not do temp control. Believe me, you will like this device. So anyhow, this is the device. Stainless steel 510, spring loaded, so that makes it nice. The buttons rattle. I don't know why they went to these buttons, but anyhow, they did. This button is nice. They're clicky. USB port in the bottom for charging and for as a pass-through. Now, I don't know why they did that either. Why they didn't put it up here instead of down here. Would have just made sense to me, but hey, this is their first foray into dual 18650 batteries. Nice finish. Fit is a little bit off. I can feel right here. A slight mismatch right here. But when you get right down to it, when you get right down to the nitty-gritty on this thing, and let's talk about the nitty-gritty. This is a 50 watt, and you can see the difference. They're about the same thickness. This one is, the 100 watt is bigger, and it is also quite a bit wider. Now, what about some of the bigger ones? Well, this is my Casaa 150 watt. And if you look at these right here, you can see that there's quite a bit of difference between the two of them. You know, quite a bit here, and thickness are about the same. And if I get to my Snow Wolf 200 temperature control device, they're about the same thickness. They're about the same width, and they are about the same height. So they're quite similar in that aspect. Now, they put some good magnets on here. There's a little piece right here where you stick your fingernail and just take it and pop it off. Nice copper contacts in there. The bottom ones here are springy. Now, this loads a little bit different than other ones in the sense that the way they've got this wired in, the positives go in the same direction. And they're not exactly the easiest things in the world to get in, but you want to kind of put it in, run your little strap over on that side. You want to kind of get them in about the same height, and then just You want to get them in about the same height, and then you just want to pop them in there. Put your strap over. And it's a magnetic door. They got some very strong magnets on this thing. There we go. 5 clicks to turn it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, it was already on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Same simple, very simple design. Hold both buttons down, and it'll lock it, so you don't have to worry about changing your wattage or your temperature or your voltage. Hold them down again. It unlocks them, and it moves pretty darn fast. I don't know how well you can see that. Down to 5. Let's take it all the way up to 100. What happens here? But the, like I say, it works. This camera, for some reason, has a heck of a time focusing. I'm going to have to do, there's 100 watts. I normally run it around 25. So we'll take it back down to 25. If you want to, you can flip the screen. It doesn't have to stay this way. Like I say, it moves pretty fast. There's 25 watts. Push both buttons. And it locks it in. But you hear the buttons? That does drive you a little bit nuts. If you want to flip the screen and turn the device off, I have a hard time doing it that way. There we go. Then all you do, 3 clicks and hold both buttons down, and it flips it over. So you can see it'll flip it over just by clicking the button 3 times with the device turned off. Turn it back on. And let's put an addy on this thing. Didn't realize I had it screwed down to the floor. Now the 510 does stick up a little bit, but your addies, I haven't had an addy yet that didn't fit tight on the device. They all fit tight, even though you will see a slight gap right in here. But other than that, all your atomizers will fit nice and tight against the 510. There's no rattle of the atomizer like I've had with other devices. It is a nice device, very simple. Let's see if I can get this focused in. I'll take the autofocus off. There we go. And you can see your wattage, your voltage, your resistance, and you have a battery indicator right there. It tells you how much charge you have left on your battery. And that's about it. So let's go up and we'll talk about the pros and the cons. We'll vape on a little bit, and we will be right back. Okay, we've returned. Let's take a vape. All right. Like I say, it vapes nice. It vapes very nice. I like the dual 18650s. I've got several devices here. I've got the batteries, so it's not a big deal. I like this better than having the battery built in, because when the battery's built in, if the battery goes, you got to send it back, or you got to buy another unit. This one here, the battery goes. I throw the batteries out and buy a couple of new ones. That's all there is to it. One of the problems, like I said, is the buttons right here. I don't know if you can hear that. They are loose. And sometimes when you're vaping and the button falls back, you can hear them rattling. That's a drawback on it. Another drawback is the charge or the pass-through port being on the bottom. I don't like that, especially if you got a tank that leaks like a cow peeing on a flat rock. You're going to have problems with it because you're going to lay it down to charge it, and you're going to pick it up, and it's going to be covered in juice. So I don't like that aspect of it. I think they made a big mistake with that alone by going down to here rather than staying up at the top like they did with the iStick 50. I think the 50 is a better design. I like the 50's buttons also better. I don't know why they got rid of these buttons and they went to those round, rattly things. Maybe the next device that they come out with, maybe version 2. I do like the fact that they got rid of this chrome on the top and they went to this black matching this. I don't know about the silver. The silver might have the chrome top. I don't know. Personally, I like the black top better. That's one of the reasons I bought it. It's a nice device. Is it a great device? No. But for the price, it's a nice device. Because I'm going to tell you something. I got this at VistaVapors.com for $39. 100 watts for $39. I told you before, the prices were going to come down, and they have come down. But 100 watts for $39. Let's have another vape. And that's at 25 watts. Like I say, I'm enjoying it. I've been using it for a few days now. Other than the battery rattle, I've had no issues with it. The nice thing about it, and I've got to give it to eLeaf in this sense, they kept the simplicity. They kept the simplicity of the display and adjusting the device. And the fact that you can lock it so you do not use, so even if you have this in your pocket, if it's locked, you are not going to change anything on these two buttons. It doesn't matter if you push them or not because it's going to say lock. The button, personally, I like that button better. Matter of fact, I like this device better. It's big. It's, I would say, almost not as much weight as the Snow Wolf. But the nice thing with the curves and everything on there, it fits very well in the hand. Fits very well in the hand. So it's comfortable. You're not using a monster. Whether you use it this way or whether you use it this way, doesn't much matter. It feels good in the hand. Very nice device. And the dual 18650, like I will never use this USB port anyhow unless I'm in the car and the batteries are going dead and I'm using it as a pass-through. But as far as charging the batteries, I charge them outside the device. For one, I feel it's safer, and for two, it's a little bit more convenient. Question. Would I buy it again? Answer, no. And I'll tell you why. It's not that I don't like the device. I do like the device, but I'm not head over heels with this device. I think they're going to end up making some improvements on it and bring out a version 2, which I think will take care of the button rattle. The button rattle will drive you crazy. I was sitting here the other night, and every time I picked it up and I vaped on it, I could hear that button rattle. And after a while, it gets a little bit annoying. I have none of that with the Snow Wolf. I have none of that with my Sigali 150 watt. I have none of that with my iLeaf 50s. I have none of that. So, would I buy it again? Like I said, no, not until I get these issues fixed. And possibly move that USB port from down here, maybe up front. Put it, even if they put it right under the buttons, would be fine with me. And that's not a very big move from here to here. So anyhow, that's all I got for you. This has been Ken for the Information Nation, bringing you more stuff. Hey, subscribe to the channel if you would. Give us a thumbs up. Share the video with your friends. And remember, in the meantime, in between time, ain't we got fun? Have a great day.